Welcome to NCD Direct News Upload. This week in video game news. Lance Reddick, voice actor, best known for the voice of Commander Zavala in the Destiny franchise, has passed away at age 60. As per several sources, he died of natural causes. He is survived by his 2 children and wife. Just when you thought Destiny couldn't get any worse, this happens. Not since Chris Pratt was cast as the voice of Mario have video games felt such sadness and loss. There was no denying Lance's love for the Destiny community, however, with eagle-eyed players spotting his Destiny 2 account, I Don't Care 789, online the night before his untimely death. Eyes up, Guardians. Diablo 4 had its first beta this weekend just gone. It was only open to those that had pre-ordered the game, or those smart enough to buy a beta key for a few bucks from a reputable website. Feedback online so far is fairly positive, with most players loving the return to its dark, gothic-like roots, which are always fun. I've had enough to know. At the very least, everyone should probably stop pre-ordering games. Not just this one, but all games in general. Companies have been juicing us for pre-orders with incentives that don't make sense for a while now. If you suck hard enough at Blizzard's stolen breast milk covered teat though, you'll likely not care about the fact that there will be a new battle pass for each of the 4 annual seasons, and that will cost around $10 USD per season. If you think about it too hard, you might realize it's a bit gross to already be planning for another $40 USD a year to be squeezed out of their players. Blizzard did make the dodge roll a standard ability in D4 though. And not just for console players either this time. Even PC players can now complain how much they hate the change. HBO's The Last of Us wrapped up Season 1 and it was, by most accounts, a smashing success. Which is something rarely seen when it comes to TV or movie adaptations of video games. See the earlier comment about Chris Pratt. Fuck me. Anyway, the show was fairly loyal to the video games, and that was no doubt helped by the fact that game's creator Neil Druckmann was heavily involved in the show's development. Neil also stated, and I paraphrase here, that he didn't give a fuck how audiences received the show. Not that he had much to worry about. Seemingly, the only negative feedback was from homophobic assholes who review-bombed the 2 episodes that featured, mentioned, or even alluded to same-sex relationships. But that's just the nature of the internet, unfortunately. Anonymity makes these kinds of people feel safe enough to spew their hatred far and wide. They're so homophobic, I'm assuming they even eat their hot dogs sideways. Another superhero movie released this week, DC's Shazam 2, was met with a lukewarm reception from critics and audiences alike. In other words, nobody cared. Ben Affleck has been quoted as saying he's done with DC films no matter who's in charge, but keep your chin up, DC fans, there's only up to go from here. In esports news, Overwatch League's first ever champions, London Spitfire, are just a bunch of wankers, it seems. After a recording of a practice session was leaked online in which at least 2 players can be heard making light of sexual assault. One of them saying, "I'm raping," and another apparently referring to himself as a rapist. The context presumably being that they were performing well in-game. I bet he wouldn't wear it on a t-shirt though. This shit does not fly nowadays. It was commonplace, unfortunately, in many a college computer lab back in the 90s, where it should have stayed, or better yet, not even been there to start with. The organisation released a grovelling apology/statement with all the usual bullshit talking points in it. They will punish the 2 players, presumably by making them play more Overwatch. Now with some streamer news, QTCinderella. That is capital Q, capital T, Cinderella. Fresh off enjoying support from the online community after having discovered pornographic deepfakes of herself online, has gone back to receiving the hate, not pitching it out. People are mad at her now because she has advertised for a personal assistant and in the ad specified that applicants need to be okay with doing the dishes after her cooking streams. Why we're bothering to try and resolve real-world conflicts like the one in Ukraine is beyond me. I mean, after expending all of our righteous anger over this travesty, how do we even have the energy? But who are we kidding? If a rich streamer paid me to be their PA, with the only caveat being I had to wash the occasional dirty plate, would I do it? Of course I fucking would. Everyone's favourite League of Legends streamer, Tyler1, has found himself in hot water after some suspect comments were made while streaming in Germany. Tyler was in the middle of a heated rant about how difficult it was for him to get the food he wanted in Germany via delivery apps. Seeing as he normally streams for 12 hours, like an insane person, it's rare he gets a moment to step away and grab a bite to eat. During his rant, he said, "Dude, is this a third world country, or is North America just that optimized? Jesus, get with the times, man. It's 2023, not 1940. He didn't realize his mistake until he read messages from one of his chatters on stream who said, "Did he just compare 2023 Germany to 1940 Germany? Because he couldn't remove syrup from his blueberry pancakes?" Upon noticing the stir he'd caused, Tyler went on to say, "Okay, I didn't actually know what date and time frame that all happened, so I apologize for that. I didn't mean to bring that up. I'm sorry." A few points to take away here. Tyler1 was educated in the US, so his ignorance when it comes to major historical events does play into the stereotype that many people have about Americans. But also, yes, North America is optimized more than any other country when it comes to food delivery. That's why I can't get a burrito at 3 a.m. That's all for the streamer news. That's very depressing. These people are new age celebrities and they're all looked up to. How fucking terrifying is that? Actually, on that depressing note, it's time to wrap the news up for this week in general. Tune in next time to see how your community and beloved industry is slowly imploding. Don't forget to subscribe and all that other good shit. So far, we haven't been dumb enough to get ourselves cancelled, so we also stream on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. AEST. Thanks for listening. This has been your host, Norks, for the Neon City Daily Direct News Upload.